As part of your Nimbus Maps Elite subscription, you get access to the company search functionality. So the way that works is that you type into that company search box whatever it is you're interested in. So in my case today, I'm interested in Lidl. I can choose from that Lidl list, and then what that then does is it shows me the Lidl estate. It shows me the subsidiaries of that particular company. So Lidl UK GmbH is the company that trades as Lidl. There's their kind of website in the UK. Shows they've got a subsidiary of Waterton Park Management Company, but actually doesn't own any properties. The company that does own properties is that GmbH company. They've got 934 titles, of which there are 540 commercial properties and 147 residential properties. When I click search, the platform then goes and plots that on the map for me, and then when I zoom into a particular location, I can see the full details of that particular site that they own. But I also then, so I get the full information that I'm kind of used to with that left-hand side information panel on Nimbus Maps Elite, which is obviously all enabled. I then click on the export to Excel button, and that then downloads me a full copy of that estate in effect. Now, where that's interesting is a number of things really. So if I've got an offer from Lidl around a particular site, then that could be really interesting. So I can kind of go and see what properties they've bought most recently, go and buy a title register, and that will show me that particular property. But also what I can do is I can do a filter here and just see what the latest sets of leases are that they've taken. From that I can see that latest lease. I can click the link, takes me straight to Nimbus Maps and shows me that particular property that they've taken most recently, and I can then go and just obviously browse that, see what information is around on that particular property, and there's their nice new lease there. At the bottom of there, I can go and buy a copy of that leasehold register, and then actually go and buy a full-blown copy of that lease. And that's really helpful if I've got an offer from Lidl and actually they're telling me that the terms are a 15-year lease with a 10 and 5-year break, no parent company guarantee, and actually it's an internal repairing lease only. I can go and download the last 5 leases from Lidl, and I can go and see what terms they've accepted, see what terms their board have accepted, and I can then know where I can push back and where I can't push back on that. The same is true on the freeholds. If they're bidding on a site that I may be selling, or an asset that I'm looking of selling onto them, then I can go back and I can look at the last sets of transactions they entered, by the title register. That'll tell me the price they paid for them, and I can have a look at the left-hand side panel to see the size of the particular site, and then use that and apply that on a perhaps a rate per acre basis to say, well, actually, how does that compare with what you're offering me for my site, and allow me to then push back a little harder and try and squeeze that last penny out of that deal. The other way in which you can use the platform is to, obviously, if you've got a client and their estate, you can go and browse that estate, browse that portfolio, see if there's opportunities. Perhaps if I'm acting for a particular client on a single asset and they've got more assets, what else is in that estate? Can I go and upsell some services to them? Can I go and get in touch with them and sort of talk to them about some of their assets, the other assets that they've got? Really helpful way of having some very meaningful conversations around that. All very quick, very simple through Nimbus Maps Elite.